Good morning students, how are you all? Great. I am Khushbu Patel from Saraswati Group of Education welcoming you in the session of a science. Now kids, as you know that I have spoke science session. That means I am conducting this one for the science session. Now in the last session what we have completed, do you remember? We have completed the animal fibers. We have done wool and silk. Now we are moving further to the next topic. What is our next topic? It is synthetic fibers. But before I start that topic, I hope you all are sitting with your textbook and a pencil. Right. So in your textbook, please open page number 39. Page number 39 you have to open. Right. That is our today's topic, and that topic is synthetic fiber. Now, if you remember that in one of the video we have covered what is the meaning of a synthetic fiber. Till now we were just looking at the natural fibers, the thing or the raw material which we get from the natural things like a plant and animal. So it is considered as natural fiber. Now moving further, synthetic fibers. The science and technology has developed a lot. So using a different chemical, the artificial fibers, or you can say the artificial things are made. Here in this chapter we are talking about the artificial fibers, fiber to fabric. So here we will talk only about the fabric which is been made by humans. Humans are using many chemicals for making the clothes, right? And using the different chemicals, whatever the clothes are made, whatever the fibers are made, that fibers are considered as synthetic fibers. It also has some other name, right? If you remember, it can be said as artificial fibers, right? Because it is made not naturally, so they are known as an artificial fiber. And just because these fibers are prepared by human, so they are known also as man-made fiber. They are known as what? They are also known as man-made fiber. Right? So these are the two different names of the synthetic fiber. Now we will see it in a detail. It has some good advantages. It has some great disadvantages also. So we are going to cover all that thing in the topic called synthetic fiber. See, fibers made by human beings are using chemical substances are called synthetic or man-made fibers. Right? Humans have made it, but with the help of different chemicals. So these fibers are considered as synthetic fibers, and just because it is made by humans, they are also known as man-made fibers. You have to underline this in your textbook. Now kids, synthetic and man-made fibers names are given in your textbook. But one more name I have written, that is artificial fiber. If you want to note it down, you can note it down. Artificial, that means made by using chemical. We do not get this type of fibers from the plant or from the animals. So they are known as artificial fiber. Right? Some examples of synthetic fibers are polyester, nylon and acrylic. Only three examples are given over here. The first one is polyester. Right? Then second, nylon. Then the third one, acrylic. But other than that, if I say rayon is also known as artificial fiber, right? Dacron, it is also an artificial fiber. But these two are only for your information. You just have to remember the three examples which is given in your textbook. Right? Now see how it is made. The chemical substances are first heated so that they melt. Some of the chemicals come in a solid form. So it has to get converted into liquid. But how? It can be converted into liquid by heating process. So chemicals are first heated at high temperature. So from that solid, it will convert to liquid, because use of the liquid is much easier than the solid, right? So they will melt. Then they are forced through spinnerets. Underline this. Spinneret means what? One type of a machine which has too many holes, small, through which these chemical has to go. So it can convert into fine thread, right? So that machine which is having a holes is known as spinnerets. Underline this. Then they are forced through spinneret that have fine pores. Pores mean small holes. The long threads that come out from these pores are allowed to cool and solidify. That means the liquid which we have passed through the spinneret, it is hot liquid, right? So it has to get cold again, right? First we have melted, so it has been converted into liquid. Then that liquid has to go through the spinneret. After passing through from the spinneret, it has to get solid again. So लिक्विड को सॉलिड बनाने के लिए उसको ठंडा करना पड़ता है. The way we are keeping the water in the ice tray. If you want to make an ice cube, we will keep it in a freezer, not in a fridge, right? So that liquid will solidify. Liquid will convert to solid. So here also chemical has to convert again into solid form, but not too much solid. The solidify that much that it can convert into the material. બહુ જ વધારે solid નથી કરવાનું, થોડુંક જ thread જેટલું, right? These threads are twisted together to form yarn. We all know that process because we have completed at least 4 fibers: cotton, jute, wool, silk, right? So we know what is the yarn, right? The fibers, the long threads are spun into, right? So what is that? It's a yarn, right? Which is then used to make fabric. That means the chemicals are heated first, then it has passed through the spinneret, then it gets cool, will convert to solid, that is known as a solidify, and then these fibers are spun into yarn. Now these fibers are ready for clothes. That means we can make a fabric from it, right? The synthetic cloth so formed is strong. If we compare the natural fiber with the synthetic fibers, comparatively synthetic fibers are very much strong just because it has a chemical in it. Chemical makes it very strong, right? But yes, if it has advantages, it also has disadvantages. What is that? See, it is strong, does not wrinkle and dries easily, right? If you have any type of the polyester or a nylon cloth at home, today just do one thing. Take that piece of a cloth and just crush it like this. Smash it. Here, just because it is of a cotton, you can see the wrinkles. Karachli thai jai chhe. But in the synthetic fiber, how much hard you smash, it does not get wrinkle. Ema karachli nahi pade. Right? In the market, we are getting clothes like wrinkle-free clothes. So you don't need to iron it every time you wash. Okay. These fabrics have lesser air space within them. That means if you take cotton, if you take wool, it has a space like this between the thread. But if you compare the synthetic fiber, the space is very less. So air cannot go inside because the air spaces are very less. So they do not absorb sweat and are unsuitable for use in hot and humid climate. Right? In a summer season you cannot wear the polyester or a nylon because it does not absorb your sweat. Right? Whenever you are going out for a vacation, especially on the beach area or in a desert area, you cannot wear these synthetic fibers because you feel hot, you perspire a lot, and that sweat or perspiration, right, will not get absorbed by your clothes. So it is not advisable to wear this type of a clothes. That is why synthetic fibers are usually mixed with other natural fibers like cotton or wool to make a blended fabric. Now, pure synthetic fibers you cannot wear just because they don't absorb your sweat. Sometimes some of the people can also have the rashes on their body due to this synthetic fiber. Why? Just because it has the chemical in it. So, to make it suitable for wearing, synthetic fibers are blended. Blended means synthetic fibers are mixed with the natural fibers like a cotton and wool. Right? See, polyester is what? It is what? Yes, it is synthetic fibers. But if polyester is mixed with cotton, this is synthetic fiber, right? This is natural fiber. So if polyester is blended or it is mixed with cotton, it will make polycot, which is suitable for wearing, right? So you can say that this is the blended fiber. It is the mixture of a synthetic fiber as well as the natural fiber. Same way with polyester, you can also mix the one more natural fiber, that is wool. So we will be having what? Poly wool. This is also a blended fiber. So this blended fibers are suitable for wearing. It will not give you any type of a skin allergy. Right? Polycot and polywool are the examples of blended fabric. Blended, underline and write down blended means mixture. Polycot and polywool we have understood. Right? So this was the basic idea about the synthetic fibers. Now we will see some of its characteristics. Right? So for that you need to turn the page. Come on page number 40. The first property is water absorption properties of fiber. That which type of fiber can absorb the sweat most. If you are keeping it in a water, if you are soaking it in a water, which fiber will get dry very fast when you are keeping it for drying, right? So as you all know that synthetic fibers are having chemicals, natural fibers do not have. So that comparison we have to see here. Different fibers have different water absorption capacities. If I compare cotton with wool, if I compare cotton with silk or jute or maybe polyester, all the fibers are having a different water absorption capacity. Absorption, I hope you can understand. Pani sosi le. Right? The absorption of water by fabric is an important factor that determines how comfortable a fabric is to wear. That means if you are wearing silk clothes, but that cloth is not absorbing your sweat, you feel uncomfortable. But if you wear cotton clothes, it will absorb your sweat, right? And you will feel comfortable wearing it. So, water absorption capacity will decide or it will determine that which cloth is suitable for wearing the most. Right? Fabrics that absorb very small amount of water are very uncomfortable to wear in hot and humid environment like polyester, nylon, right? If you wear that type of clothes, especially in a summer season, you feel very uncomfortable. Pouch garmi thaye ema. So that type of a clothes which cannot absorb too much of water. Here water means you will understand sweat or perspiration. Sweat athwa perspiration means pasino. Right? Those who cannot absorb this sweat, that clothes are actually uncomfortable to wear. Right? The fabrics that absorb a large amount of water, like all natural fabrics, are quite comfortable to wear in such weather conditions. Suppose there is a 45 degree or 48 degrees Celsius outside, the temperature. And what if you are wearing a nylon clothes? You perspire and that cloth will stick to your body. Right? But instead, if you are wearing a cotton clothes and there is a 48 degree outside, your cloth will absorb the entire sweat. You will feel comfortable. So they are good in wearing, especially in such environmental conditions where there is too much hot or too much humid. Right? Natural fibers have higher water absorbing capacity than synthetic fibers. I told you first only that natural fibers are good to wear because they absorb the most water. They have the capacity of more water absorbing. Right? So they absorb our sweat. They make us comfortable wearing that. While the synthetic fibers are, yes, they are good, but they don't absorb water. Natural fibers are much costly, but synthetic fibers are very cheap. Right? So we feel that let us take that cloth. But when you wear it, you feel that it is not actually comfortable. So you should choose a cloth which is suitable in the season as well as to your body. Right? So that was the first characteristic. Now kids, in this chapter, related to the certain topics, many activities are given. Right? That activities are actually not too important. So whatever the activities are important, I will explain. Like the next one is, come on page number 41 after the activity number 4 table. Fire resistant property of fiber. That means the cloth which cannot catch fire easily. Ema aag lagi shakti nathi. So that property we have to understand. But in your textbook, it is given in the form of one activity. So if you will turn the page number 42, activity number 5, right, it says that take a candle and take a different piece of different fibers, different fabric like cotton, jute, silk, nylon or polyester, and you have to burn it. I can't do it practically because it is related to fire right now, right? But just imagine, okay, if I am giving a fire to cotton, if I am giving a fire to wool, if I am giving a fire to polyester, which one will catch the fire easily? If you will use your brain, you will come to know that all synthetic fibers are such which will catch the fire easily. Why? Because it has a chemical in it, and all chemicals are catching fire easily. So like polyester, nylon, acrylic, rayon, Dacron, these all are the material which can catch the fire easily. Wool is the one which will not catch the fire easily. So whenever there is a case of a fire, there is an incident of a fire, right, make sure that you are covering your body with a blanket or any of the woolen thing, woolen cloth. It will protect your body from the burns. Right? Okay? So that activity is about that. One green table is given over there. First one is cotton and rayon, which can catch the fire easily and continue to burn with a bright yellow flame. That means they will burn very fast. Which two fiber? Cotton and rayon. Okay. What will be the smell? Smell of a burning paper. When you burn a paper, what kind of a smell is coming? That smell will be there of a cotton or a rayon if it is burning. Right? And ash. Ash means rakh. Light and feathery ash. Very light. Okay. Then the second group is of a silk and wool. Do not catch fire easily. Burn with a yellow flame, but do not continue to burn. Right? Silk is such and even wool is such that if you will give a fire, અહીંયા આપ્યું છે તો આટલું જ બળશે, આખું નહીં બળી જાય. Right? So they don't catch fire easily. The smell will be of a burning of hair. You might have not actually taken that smell. Of course, लेना भी नहीं चाहिए. Don't try it at home. Black and crushable beads. Right? Black color का ash हमको मिलेगा, like a charcoal. That is of a silk and wool. Nylon, polyester and acrylic. Right? They also don't catch fire easily, shrink away from the flame and melt. They don't take fire, but yes, they go away from the fire and they will shrink. Body ने नानू થઈ જશે, like a plastic. Okay. No definite smell. उसकी कोई proper smell नहीं होती है. Hard and uncrushable beads, right? The ash of these type of fabric will be very hard, right? So this was a small activity to make you understand that which type of a fabric is taking the fire easily, right? So here we have completed the two properties of the synthetic fiber. The first one was water absorption capacity and the next one was fire resistant, right? And this is only the reason why firefighters are making their clothes out of the rayon material, right? Not rayon, actually acrylic material. So they don't catch fire. Firefighters जो होते हैं, they are using acrylic clothes. They have a special clothes, right? It is made up of acrylic, so that acrylic do not catch fire easily, right? So that was the second property. So here the synthetic fiber topic gets over. Now kids, we are going to see a one short video related to the synthetic fiber for better understanding. So let's get started.
Mom, what are you doing with these clothes? Shreya, I'm packing the clothes to keep them safe. Mom, why do these fabrics look different? These fabrics look different basically because they are made of different fabrics. Some of these are natural while some are different. What is the difference between these? Natural and synthetic fibers are very different in their properties. Let me explain with an example. Let us take a clamp stand, different fibers such as cotton, wool, silk, nylon. Now, let us take the strands of fibers one by one and tie one end on the stand and suspend the other end freely. Take some weights of different measurement. Start putting the weights one by one. As the thread breaks, note down the total weight and repeat the activity with other strands of the fibers. We may record the observation as type of thread, total weight, cotton, wool, silk, nylon. So what did you observe from the activity? The synthetic fibers are stronger than natural fibers. Yes, this strength of fibers to resist breakage is called tensile strength. This is so interesting, Mother. It means that fabrics are made based on their tensile strength. Yes, my child, you are right. We can also classify the fibers by performing burn test. Take a few samples of different fabrics and burn them over the flame as shown here. Different fabrics show different results when burnt. When wool fibers is burnt, it smells like burning hair. It shrinks away from the flame. When silk is burnt, it smells like burning hair and does not shrink from the flame. When polyester is brought over the flame, it melts and burns. It smells like sweet chemicals and forms hard black beads. When jute is brought over the flame, it takes time to burn and smells like burning paper. It forms grey ash. Another important property is the water absorbing capacity of a fiber. Different fibers absorb different amounts of water. For example, cotton, a natural fiber, absorbs more water, whereas nylon, a synthetic fiber, absorbs very less water. This is the reason we prefer to wear cotton clothes in summer to absorb the sweat. Natural fibers have more air spaces between them, which helps in absorption of water. Synthetic fibers are more durable than the natural fibers. It means they are stronger than the natural fibers. This is why ropes are made of nylon and not cotton. Cotton breaks easily, but nylon does not. Natural fibers wrinkle more than synthetic fibers. Hence, we can say that synthetic fibers are wrinkle resistant. Let us see if Shreya got the important concept from the explanation.
So kids, as we have completed watching this video, with that I am ending my session. But as you all know that you have to read the topic which we have covered today, and please don't try this activity at your home, right? Okay. And you will go through this video again if you have any query.